Lincolnshire Agricultural Society is a very strong society, seeming it's been going for 150 years.
I'm extremely proud to work for an organisation that's 150 years old, and especially with such strong charitable and educational objectives.
I'm very proud to be a member of the Lincolnshire Agricultural Society. It's a great organisation.
Success to the Lincolnshire Agricultural Society for many, many years to come.
The Lincolnshire Agricultural Society was formed in 1869 to bring together the North and South Lincolnshire Agricultural Societies. So by the late 1860s, proposals to bring the two together were beginning to take shape. And so, on the 8th of January 1869, the North and South Lincolnshire Agricultural Boards were brought together and the present-day Lincolnshire Agricultural Society was born. I have here their original aim: that the existing North and South Lincolnshire Agricultural Societies shall be amalgamated and a new society formed to be called the Lincolnshire Agricultural Society, the object of which shall be to hold an annual exhibition of farming stock, implements, etc., and for the general promotion of agriculture. And they, by and large, remain our charitable objectives.
Well, the shows have always been the most visible part of the Lincolnshire Agricultural Society. The first Lincolnshire Agricultural Society show was held in Lincoln in 1869 in the cow paddle. But for the first 90 years, the show then toured the county each year from north to south, from east to west, with the odd exception for royal shows, outbreaks of foot and mouth, or wars. The first shows offered prizes for livestock, for workers, for machinery, efficient ploughing, which is the sort of thing we would still have today, but maybe not this last one, for raising the most children without assistance. Elements of the various competitions are still relevant in modern shows, particularly farmers taking a great pride in competing with their livestock and also showing the latest machinery. For the last 150 years, we've seen agriculture become driven originally by horses and oxen, and then by the steam engine. The last steam engine had been exhibited at shows by 1939, and along came the internal combustion engine. Peacock and Binton have exhibited at the Lincolnshire Show for 122 years, and during this time we have seen considerable changes with mechanisation and with the development of farming techniques. Drones and robotics are coming in, and at the 2018 Lincolnshire Farming Conference there was a fully autonomous tractor.
I'm Archer Reed and I'm a livestock steward at the Lincolnshire Show. My family's been involved with the Lincolnshire Agricultural Society for 4 generations, with my great-grandfather stewarding beef, my grandfather stewarding sheep, and then going on to be chief livestock steward. And then later he rose up and became chairman of the show. My father stewarded beef, and then he became chief livestock steward, and he's at the moment honorary director of the show. My brother steward sheep, and my cousin and I steward beef together. Really good being livestock steward, because obviously you wake up early in the morning, about 5, half 5. Being a beef steward, me and my cousin, we walk through and check on the British Blues and the Lincoln Reds, and you're walking through and all the steam's rising off them, and then finally it comes time for the Grand Parade, and it's so amazing to look behind you and you see these hundreds and hundreds of cattle on sheep, and then you've got the horses, huge Shire horses. Yeah, it's really, really great fun.
Education has really been at the heart of the Lincolnshire Agricultural Society since the beginning. Our role today is still to promote awareness, develop knowledge and encourage excellence in food and farming through multiple channels. The Lincolnshire Show provides an excellent platform for education, and we started admitting school children in 1930. Now we provide a year-round education programme that delivers unique hands-on learning experiences based around food, farming and the countryside. And in 2018 we welcomed 8,500 Lincolnshire school children who accessed our dedicated programme. Educating young people about food and farming is hugely important today. We believe that all ages should understand how food, farming and the countryside underpin our daily lives, including our health. Far too many children still have no or little understanding of what farmers do and what they produce, in other words, where their food comes from. In a county like Lincolnshire, where agriculture is so important, this lack of knowledge must be addressed. Connecting people with farming and food production is a challenge, but through our Lincolnshire Agricultural Society education programme, we're able to demonstrate the relevance of farming and food production to a growing number of people. In 2018, we were bequeathed Trafford Farm by Miss Sheila Trafford, a 478-acre farm for the benefit and use of young people in agriculture. We are already awarding bursaries to support young people to attend farming courses and further their careers in agriculture. I'm extremely proud of how the education programme has flourished, and I'm really excited about the future of LAS education.
Possibly the most pivotal decision in the 150-year life of the Society was the decision in 1958 to buy the permanent showground from Lord Monson. It actually, they'd been talking about it since 1945, so it wasn't a quick decision, but it was made imperative because over 3 years they had some really difficult shows, including a flooded show at the West Common. So the decision was made, and we moved here to the showground with our first show here in 1959. We have a lovely ledger, and every penny that was spent on this showground is recorded in that book. Much of it was well supported by the members. We had very generous donations and people paid for fences, trees, all sorts of things. And as with all things with the Society, it was the members of the Society that stood up and accounted and made the showground what it is today. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, when the shows were very profitable, the committee had the foresight to invest in the permanent site. New buildings appeared, we had generous donations from presidents, clock towers, etc. So things were going great. But as we came into the year 2000, things started to look not quite so good because there was less people coming to county shows, and there was a real imperative to start to diversify. We needed this showground to start working 365 days of the year, not just 2 days of the year. So the decision was made to invest in new space so that we could attract more business and provide some really good facilities for all of the charities and local community groups who now today use the showground on a regular basis. So we're in a good place. We've got a strong balance sheet, we've got a good team, and we've got a very large membership. But what's particularly great is we've got a very thriving and active under 35 group, and that really looks good for the future.